Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the timeless stories of the Bible to uncover profound lessons that still resonate today. In today's episode, we'll explore the incredible story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, three men who stood firm in their faith, even in the face of fire. What gave them such courage, and what can we learn from their unshakable trust in God? Stay tuned as we journey through this powerful story of faith, obedience, and divine deliverance. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more inspiring Bible stories. Let's grow in faith together. What would you do if everyone around you was doing something wrong, but you knew in your heart that you shouldn't join them? A powerful king made a rule. Bow down to the golden statue, or you'll be thrown into a fiery furnace. Everyone obeyed, except for three brave friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They loved God and refused to worship anything else. The king was furious. He gave them one last chance. Would they give in to fear, or would they stand strong for God? What do you think they did? The golden statue stood tall in the middle of Babylon, shining brightly under the sun. It was massive, so big that everyone in the city could see it from far away. King Nebuchadnezzar had built it and made a strict rule. When you hear the music, everyone must bow down and worship the statue. Anyone who refuses will be thrown into a fiery furnace. The news spread quickly. Drums, trumpets, and harps played loudly, and people fell to their knees, worshiping the golden statue. But in the crowd, three young men remained standing, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They loved and worshipped only the one true God. They would not bow to anyone or anything else. People gasped. They're disobeying the king, someone whispered. Soon, some men who were jealous of them ran to tell the king, "O King Nebuchadnezzar, didn't you say that everyone must bow when the music plays?" they said. "Yes, of course," the king replied. "Well, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow. They won't worship your statue." The king's face turned red with anger. "Bring them to me at once," he shouted. The three friends were brought before the furious king. "Is it true that you refuse to bow to my statue?" the king demanded. "I'll give you one more chance. If you bow when the music plays, you'll be safe. But if you don't, I will throw you into the fiery furnace, and no God can save you from my power." Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego looked at the king, their eyes filled with courage. "O king, we don't need to defend ourselves. Our God is able to save us from the fire. But even if he doesn't, we will never bow down to your statue." The king's anger exploded. "Heat the furnace 7 times hotter than usual," he roared. The soldiers obeyed, making the fire so hot that even standing near it was dangerous. The king ordered his strongest soldiers to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The soldiers dragged them to the furnace and threw them in. The flames roared, and the heat was unbearable. Even the soldiers who threw them in were burned up instantly. The king watched, expecting them to be destroyed in seconds. But suddenly, his eyes widened in shock. "Wait! Didn't we throw 3 men into the fire?" he shouted. "Yes, your majesty," his officials replied. "Then why do I see 4 men walking around in the fire? And the 4th one looks like a son of God." The fire had burned away their ropes, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were unharmed. Their clothes weren't burned, their hair wasn't singed, and they didn't even smell like smoke. And they were not alone. Someone divine was standing with them. King Nebuchadnezzar ran closer to the furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." The 3 friends stepped out of the flames. The crowd gasped. They were completely untouched. The king fell silent, realizing that their God was real and powerful. Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No other God can rescue like this. From now on, no one is allowed to speak against their God, the king declared. That day, the whole kingdom saw the power of the true and living God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had trusted him completely, and he had saved them in an incredible way. Their faith had changed the heart of a mighty king. This story teaches us that we should stand strong in faith just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We are all faced with moments where we must choose between fear and faith. Their story reminds us that God is always with us, even in life's toughest challenges. So today, ask yourself, what's one way you can stand firm in your faith this week? If this story inspired you, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more powerful Bible stories. Let's encourage each other to trust God, no matter what.